Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be going over alkali metal reactions. I'm Mr. Cobalt, and so let's get into this. Just like with the combustion reactions, there are patterns that you want to watch out for with regard to the alkali metal reactions. And there are two basic reactions that alkali metals tend to react. So the first one is alkali metals with an M. We're going to represent that for the alkali metals. Alkali metals react with halogens to form the salt. So you'll get the metal plus the halogen, so it'll form a salt. Since the alkali metals are in group 1A, so they tend to form a +1 charge. Your halogens are in the 7A group. They form a -1 charge, so the +1 -1 go together and you get a 1-to-1 ratio in the formula. And so you get 2 moles of your alkali metal plus 1 mole of your halogen, and your halogens tend to be your diatomic molecules or your diatomic elements, and then that's going to form 2 moles of your salt. And so here's an example. You got two moles of your sodium metal plus 1 mole of your chlorine gas, and then those two are going to react to form 2 moles of your sodium chloride salt. So that's the first type of reaction that these tend to go over. The second type of reaction is where you have the alkali metal. Oops, this should be a 2, and this should be a 2. And so your alkali metal will react with water. And when it reacts with water, it will form the ion, the metal ion, plus you'll form a hydroxide ion, plus you'll form hydrogen gas. And so that tends to be a typical reaction as well. So whenever you throw alkali metal in water, it's going to react in such a way to form the metal ion, hydroxide ion, and you'll get gaseous hydrogen. And so what will happen is when you throw this in water, the water becomes a basic solution because of the hydroxide ions, and it'll start to bubble. But at the same time, there's heat produced, so you might see also flames form, because when the heat is produced, you might get enough heat that will react with the hydrogen and cause the hydrogen to ignite, and usually flames and smoke will form. Okay, so if you are given a couple of reactants and you're told to balance the equation, you should recognize what the things that are reacting. So here, if you recognize that this is a metal, or this is an alkali metal, and you have your bromine, and that's a halogen, then if you remember the pattern that alkali metals react, then you should remember, okay, well, if I have alkali metal and I have a halogen, I know I'm going to form the salt. So then you can just write down the equation. So then it'll be potassium solid plus bromine, right? So Br2, and that's, I believe that's going to be a liquid. And then those are going to form the salt. So it's going to be KBr. So this form +1 -1. And then you can balance the reaction, balance the equation. So I have 2 bromine, so I need 2 times 1 for 2. So now that I have 2 potassium, I put a 2 there, and so now it's balanced. So that would be the way that you would balance this equation. And so you need to recognize patterns and recognize, okay, well, if I'm given an alkali metal and a halogen, then I should get the salt from that. Here in my second example, you're given rubidium and water to react. And again, you recognize that this is a typical reaction, and so you should be able to predict the product. So in the same way that you have a halogen, or not a halogen, a alkali metal reacting with water, you should know, oh, I'm going to get the ion of that metal plus hydroxide plus your hydrogen gas. So then what I would do is you just write out the equation. So Rb solid plus water, and you're going to need 2 of those and 2 of those, and that's going to give you the rubidium ion aqueous, and that will then also give you OH minus aqueous, and you're going to get 2 of those and 2 of those, and then you'll get the hydrogen gas. And so that would be the balanced equation for this reaction. So again, you have to know what the alkali metal reactions are, the typical ones, and then when you recognize what you're given. So if you're given an alkali metal and a halogen, then you should know what the products for that is, or the product, which is a salt. If you're given rubidium, if you're given alkali metal and water, then you should know, okay, that's going to produce the ion, the hydroxide ion, or the rubidium, or the alkali metal ion, the hydroxide ion, and the hydrogen gas. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know what you think. If you like the video, like it, share the video, subscribe to the channel, make a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and hit the notification bell so that way you can get notified for any more videos I put out. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.